Hey friends, it's Mary and welcome back to my channel, Ancestral Beginnings. So I'm very late getting this video out to you. Golly, it's been quite a few weeks now since I bought an antique photo album from Heather Elizabeth over at Antique Agenda. And I have started collecting them. I can't get enough of them. I love the cabinet cards that are inside and the decorative pages and all the different types of ways that they're covered. They can be leather, covered in embossed leather, or a picture on top. And yeah, so I wanted to show you what I got. And then I thought, well, I should really be kind of researching a little bit about them, how they started, when they started. So I did look some things up. Let's see. So, first of all, let me go ahead and show you. I bought this photo album many years ago. Many years ago, before I had my YouTube channel, a long time. So, and then this is the back. So this was my very first antique photo album. So I kind of looked up, and I probably kind of go out of order a little bit, but the method. So first of all, there's something called CDV, and I had never heard of this before. I looked it up, and CDV stands for Carte de Visite. I am not French. It's a French word, and it stands for visiting cards. And that's the translation, visiting cards. Visiting cards are sort of a kind of like a calling card. Calling cards in the mid to 1800s, mid 1800s to late 1800s. They were very popular. When you went to visit someone, you give them your calling card. So then these visiting cards came out, and they were your photograph. So they were usually 4 inches by 2.5 inches, so they were small. They are mounted on a piece of paper. They were called albumen prints. So albumen means egg white. So that's like a whole other thing to research. What is that method exactly? That is something I would love to look up. So this method was patented by the French photographer André Adolphe Eugene Disdairy. Again, I'm probably butchering his name. And he lived from 1819 to 1889. And these CDVs remained really popular up into the early 1900s. Another thing is a little bit I read about is how to date these cards. So they kind of started these photo albums. My guess is that the earlier photo albums were the smaller albums. This is my guess. that these smaller albums started first to house these visiting cards that were smaller. So in like the 1860s to the 70s, a photographer had his studio name printed conservatively on the back, so very small. Then in if the name and the design on the back was ornate and larger, this means that the photo dates from more like the 1880s and or later. Also, I read that the cards with the gold beveled edges date to about the 1880s to just after 1890. So I read that too. I think the larger cabinet cards, so also, let's see, I read, and I put this on my phone, so let me look it up. So you guys, while I'm looking this up, why don't you guys go ahead and make sure you hit the like button, and go ahead, you can start a comment if you like. So let's take a break. You guys go do that and let me find what I need to find on my phone, okay? Okay, so I found a little more stuff. I'm just going to read it. So the CDV history. The Frenchman André Destaillerie, he received a patent for CDVs in 1854, which allowed 8 negatives to be taken by a camera onto an 8x10 plate. First introduced in the U.S. in 1859, at the time of the start of the Civil War, CDVs were produced in the millions. The ease of size and paper format of this newfangled photograph allowed the CDV to be sent through the mail, a great benefit from the heavily glassed and protected and cased ambrotype and daguerreotype photos that were previously available. So daguerreotypes are another thing I collect, and so that will be for another video. Ambrotypes are something that I really don't know much about, so I would definitely want to research those too. So we often find the term likeness written on the back of many 19th century photographs. So a young Civil War soldier would proudly send his likeness home to a waiting beau, mother, and family, and most likely it was a CDV photograph. Carte de visite photographs are direct descendants of the Victorian calling card, thus the name, which translates to visiting card, which I already said before. The Victorians were passionate card collectors, and it is reported that Queen Victoria filled between 35 and 100 CDV carte albums with CDVs she had personally collected. So, in addition to CDV photo portrait, a family member might have taken at their local photography studio, celebrity cards were produced specifically for the hobby of CDV collecting. They depict royalty, authors, writers, painters, politicians, presidents, generals, military heroes, abolitionists, poets, statesmen, actors and actresses, heroines, religious figures, scientists, and in general all the movers and shakers in each field one could imagine in the 19th century America and Victorian culture abroad. So my guess is that these albums, you know, came from people collecting these photographs. And so just really, really cool information. So I think I read that the cabinet cards are the larger. So like, I meant to bring a smaller one to show you, but I'll bring it a little bit later. But this is a cabinet card, and this one, I think they're like 7 inches tall. And then again, this one's pretty ornate. And on the back, so this one was probably made a little bit later in the 1880s, my guess, something like that. And so then the larger albums came to be. So let's go ahead. I think I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera around, and I'm going to go ahead and, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong place, you guys. I'm going to turn my camera around. I think I'm going to go from an overhead view to show you all of my albums. And then, of course, I do have photos in some of them, so I'll try not to bore you with too many of the photos, but I'll show you some of the photos too. Okay guys, so I'm sorry the light is not real good here. We'll just try and do the best we can, I guess. So this, guys, is a journal that I created from the cover of my very first album. So this is a CDV photo album cover, and it was plain on the inside, so I did create, I put a tintype picture in the middle. So I think I have a video of the flip through of this journal that I created. I took a class, an online class, from an amazing jewelry artist, Jen Crosley from Australia. She's just amazing. I've taken multiple in-person classes from her too when she's taught in the States. This is a very typical, a lot of times you see them with the burgundy color covers. This one did not have the latch. And on the back, this is the back cover, and as you can see, they oftentimes have these porcelain, I guess, feet, if you will. And this was missing 2 of the feet, so I went ahead and I put buttons there and added this little sculptured head. So this is really cool. I will try and link the video. If I can't, I would love to show this to you guys again, and it'll be in another video. So this is a big old chunky journal that I made. This was so fun. So this was my first photo album. I bought it with a bunch of tintypes in it. So that was great. So I just wanted to show you that. And then we'll go on to my next album. And this is the album that I had showed you in my introduction. Let me kind of pull back just a little bit there. And yeah, I bought this. I think it did have some pictures in it, some cabinet cards in it. And as you can see, the pages are very, very dark. They're really dark, so this must have been, you know, could have been stored in an attic someplace where there was a lot of heat. And so many of the pages are, you know, torn. And it's very easy to tear these pages when you're trying to remove the cabinet cards, unfortunately. But this is just gorgeous with the gold and these flowers and the leaves. I think it's wonderful. This was in there. This is a pressed rose. So I've just left it in there. Here's a leaf. But yeah, and I'm pretty sure there are no pictures in here anymore. I must have taken them out. And then here's the back. Again, this brass piece is gone. So like so many, if you get an album that has the buckle, that's really, really special, you know. So that was my second one. And like I said, I removed the cabinet cards. And then speaking of cabinet cards, I just wanted to go over again, talk a little bit about the cabinet cards. Again, I'm just looking up what I found on the internet for what the explanation is of what these are. It says cabinet cards were developed sometime in the 1860s and were much larger in size at around 4.25 inches by 6.5 inches. Or, well, I think maybe the picture itself is 6.5. And then this, because I think I measured like 7 inches before. So the size difference changed how portraits were viewed. Rather than being placed in albums, like that little album that I just showed you, these larger photographs had to be displayed in sitting room cabinets, hence the name cabinet card. Here's another definition or explanation about cabinet cards. The cabinet card was a styled photograph which was widely used for photographic portraiture after 1870. Okay, so probably it really gained momentum after 1870, these larger cards. It consisted of a thin photograph mounted on a card, typically measuring 4.25 by 6.5 inches. So now, and again, I had said before that these larger, more ornate advertisements of the photographer were done more like in the 1880s, I think I had said. So this is, you know, really, really very cool. And I just love them. I have quite a few of them. I've never counted how many I have now, but I do have quite a few. All right, let's go on to my next album. All right, guys. Well, this one, I think I bought this one next. And as you can see, this one does not have a cover. It is just the pages. And I bought this because, of course, it did have photos in it. And again, look at this. This is gold. It doesn't look gold, I think, on the... I don't think it looks... There you can see the gold. But so here's another one, and just really cool. And these pages are all the same. These are in pretty good condition, and this is where you usually find tears, or this whole panel is torn off, and that's from, they're very difficult to remove, the cabinet cards are, once they're in there. So anyhow, see, so this one was torn off over here. There's a little baby. They tend to put them on like a fur, for the portrait. And there's some damage. Let's see. Here's another picture, cabinet card, some more. He's looking pretty dapper. Him too. And then these two, and her on the back. So yeah, so I got these pictures, and then, okay, so I was given this photo album. So a local friend, she, this was a family photo album. Yeah, her family, and lots of pictures in it. And oh, look at this. So this is just like an imprint of this photo. I think that is so cool. Look at that. That is very interesting. If I understood better the chemicals and the things used in photography back then, I'd probably understand what happened here. But this is very pretty, isn't it? With this kind of like the scroll. That's very cool. So again, these are family photos of this friend of mine. And you know, the thing is, they don't know who they are. They have no emotional connection to them, because they don't, she and her family, her parents, they don't know who these people are. So now if you notice, they have I believe, a Mennonite background in their family way back. So as you can see, the hairstyle here, she's in a bun. This girl too, I believe she looks like she's Mennonite. So very interesting. Now look at her. Very, very, very Mennonite, with the white cap that she's wearing. So, isn't she adorable? Oh. And I think that's the end. Okay, and then again, back here, there's sort of like an imprint. But look at the back of this, you guys. This is like, you know, velvet. Isn't that beautiful? I love it. Love, love, love it. And this snow scene with the moon and the flowers and the corners, just gorgeous. So that one. Then I was Antiquing and Thrifting in Bellefonte, PA. And I was at Faith Plaza, I think it's called. And let me zoom out just a little bit. And this is a really soft leather album. And it's got part of the buckle here. It's not, obviously not the whole thing. It's missing part of it. But anyhow, this, I paid $40 for this. And this was chock full of cabinet cards. Just chock full. I think I took some of the cabinet cards out. But it says Mother Christmas 1887 from Schaefer and Charlie. And so really, you know, kind of plain, but look at these two. Look at that pose. That's really neat. You know, the pages are plain, but this is a larger album and held, you know, 4 on each page. So I'm going to flip through this pretty quick because I want to show you a couple of photos that I think are extremely interesting. But look at all the photos here, guys, that I couldn't pass this up. All right, so I think we're at the place. So let me zoom in a little bit again. Okay, so we have this gentleman. He is extremely handsome. And we have him over here too. This is the same man. All right. Very, very handsome. Isn't he nice? Okay. So I think it might be on the next page. We'll see. No, it's not. Okay. Let's keep going. So remember the 2 photos of that man. Look at him. I'm thinking it's the same man. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking it's the same man. Okay, obviously, he is dressed in women's clothes. What's going on there, you guys? My initial thought, let me see. Okay. Is this the same guy? Maybe it's him. Is that him? The other 2 photos, I don't know if that was a different person or not. But, okay, this guy. Did he just like to dress up in women's clothes and have his picture taken? Or was he in theater? I know at some point in history, I know that only men were in theatrical productions. And they often were the ones, they dressed up as women to portray women in theater productions. When was that? I'm not sure. And, you know, I didn't look it up. But I just wonder, you know, was this guy a cross-dresser? Or was he playing a character in a play and had his portrait taken? That's my question. And I think that's him. I'm not sure about those other 2 back there. But I just think that is so interesting. You guys let me know what you think about that. So, okay. And this is the back here. So, I paid $40 for this, but I think it was a great buy. All right, now the next album, whoops, sorry about the noise. This is my craft room, you guys, and I've got lots of junk here. Okay, so the next album is this one. I can't remember what I paid for this one, but it does have its buckle. It's got its complete buckle. But look at these cherubs, you guys. These are cherubs. Really cool. They've got wings. Just so neat. And then this part was already torn, so I believe I tore off this portion, and I used it, I think I used it in my journal, in that journal that I created. But here's the back. As you can see, some of the leather has really worn away here, so the color's missing. But very cool. Now look at this. Look at this patterned paper. So beautiful with this gold. And my thought is that these photo albums got a little bit more ornate, or maybe this one was definitely more expensive because of this paper on the inside. Now, as you can see, the pages are just this wood motif. So, but really cool. I got, let's see, I did get quite a few pictures in this one. Like I said, I do not remember what I paid for this one, but oh, it looks like it was filled, completely filled with pictures, and I'm sure that I bought it like this. Wow. Okay. Oh, look at her. Oh my goodness. What adorable face she has, all dressed up in her white. And then this one, as you can see, has the smaller cards, the CDVs, Carte de Visite, I think, something like that. Visiting cards. So, now I believe, let's see. No, they don't feel like tintypes. I thought maybe these two were tintypes, but I'm not 100%. Well, oh, they might be tintypes. Very good chance these two are tintypes. So look at the babies. All right, okay. I don't want to bore you too much with looking at the pictures. So I got that one. Okay, let me give you a pause again so I can get some more. Okay. Now, this one, this is a smaller one, okay? Just like that first one that I had. I found this one not too long ago. I believe in Medina. It was down, kind of hidden on a bottom shelf. Really, really hidden. And I spotted it and I had to have it. So look at these buckles. So cool. So cool. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit. Like I said, I do apologize. But anyhow, look at that. Now again, the porcelain feet, I've got they're missing, some of them. One here. Here is the very cool spine that's falling apart, but I love this album part. So this one's not in great condition, so I have no problem disassembling this one. And I will. So this is the front. And this one, oops, this one had no pictures in it. I bought it as is. It had no pictures in it. Look at this front. The photographic album, it says, in red and gold. Oh my gosh, you guys. This I will need to, I'm going to have to scan this. This is so cool. Now, it says $15 here, guys, but I think I paid $25 for this. Yeah. So, here's the, do you see this webbing stuff? This is really cool stuff, too. And I save all of this, and I use it in my art making and in my journal making. So, I'm going to tear all of that apart. It's a shame, but like I said, it is falling apart. You know, I will create another journal with this. You know, these covers will not go to waste. And these pages, especially these first few, they're not in good condition at all. They're, you know, pulled apart. Now, some of the better ones I will use. I will use in my journals. And, yep, I can't wait to work with this one. This will be fun. And then look at this back page. Index to portraits. So, can you see that? So this is cool. Like I said, I can't wait to work with this one. Okay, and then next up, the next one I got not too long ago. I got this one. Hang on, let me pull out a bit. You guys, I bought this from Heather Elizabeth of Antique Agenda. So this is roughly the way she packaged it, which is just so wonderful. You know, with her little thank you tag, which I'm sure a lot of you have seen. And this was probably tied in somewhere, but beautiful, beautiful dainty lace. And then lace trim, and then another piece of lace was tucked in. So lovely. I can definitely use this. This could be like part of this could be a spine to a journal. Something like that to decorate the spine. Oh, that's a good idea. Ooh, very nice idea. And then she included a page, let's see, from the Delineator for September 1911. I love this. So Heather, thank you so much for what you include into your packages. She always does such a nice job. Look at the crochet here. And handmade curtains. Cool. So thank you so very much for this. I love how you folded it. Now, it's been a while since I opened this, but I must have purchased these too. Here's a portrait. I believe this is a wedding portrait, because the two ladies are holding flowers. I'm thinking the bride and groom are right here. But look at this. There's this onion paper, this very delicate see-through-y onion paper with the gorgeous patterning on it. Love it. And then I got this too. Look at her. And then here is the amazing photo album that I got from Heather. So this one has its latch, its buckle, whatever you want to call it. This is like spring. This is a spring, so if it gets fatter, you know, it can expand, which is really neat. And look at this brass plate on the front. I think this is so neat. Looks like an image of maybe a possible type of soldier or huntsman. He's carrying a rifle. So cool. Really beautiful teal. Crushed, I don't know if this is velvet, crushed velvet. But you know, that same material, type of material. And just really beautiful on the back too. I love it. So I'll show you the pages. So this album did not come with any cabinet cards, but look at the, again, beautiful, beautiful patterned paper on the front here, in the front. And then here are the pages. I'll zoom in a little bit so you can get a little bit better view. So these, again, these are gold toned, and then the green, and just beautiful. So they're like this. So there's this pattern, and then the next page there's a floral pattern. So they're all like this. Just gorgeous. So my guess is this this album is later. Probably, my guess would be early 1900s, maybe. Maybe. Let's see the back. Yes. So there's room then for the smaller CDVs too. So for the most part, this is in excellent condition. So of course, this I will probably just start adding cabinet cards and CDVs for this, you know, though not taking apart this one. This is just too gorgeous. I love it, Heather. This is so wonderful for my collection. Okay. And the last one I found just recently. Look at this darling little thing. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. I'm gonna zoom in. So this is the smallest one I have. You can see the difference. You can see the difference in size here of this one. So this one is very small, and then compared to this one, you can see so it's even really smaller than this one too. But like I said, I don't find these small ones, and they're harder to find. And I think it's because they are older. They are definitely older. So this one, yeah, this is, oh gosh, I paid this was $20, and then the booth had 30% off. So I ended up paying like $14 for this, which was, I think, an excellent buy. Again, it's got that velvet on there. This is like a burgundy maroon color, missing its latch or its buckle. But this had 10 photos in it. So this, with the 10 photos, I thought $14 was an excellent price. Now, this one's falling apart too. But again, so this comes completely out. But again, you know, I will use this cover. Look at this. There is, you know, the photographer name on this. You probably can't really see it very well, but it's there. But look at that. Look what happened to it. Oh my gosh, the texture on this. I love this kind of stuff. I like use paints and inks and stuff like that to actually get this look, you know, and this was natural. So, yeah, some more pictures. Just really cool. Look at the baby in the buggy. Oh my gosh. And this one's neat. Picture of dogs. Look at that. So yeah, so then this one, again, I will create a journal out of it. So happy to find this. Oh my gosh, I love it. Love it, love it. All right, guys, so that's it. That's the end of my little collection of photo albums, antique photo albums. I love cabinet cards. Love to create with them, add them to my journals. Again, if the journal that I made, that first one I showed you, I will either try and find the flip through that I did, and I will put a link in the description for that. If the link is not in the description, then let me know if you want to see a flip through, and I'll do one for you. I was very pleased how that turned out. So guys, subscribe to my channel. I'm kind of trying to figure out when I'm gonna do live sales, you know, a regular day and time. So follow me on Instagram at ancestralbeginnings5, and hit the like button and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you. Bye-bye.